welcome back to Bored and Funny. Today I've got Canberra comedian Bill Makin. Bill's shows in the past have been mayonnaise disputes and monopoly fights, which I reckon would be pretty relevant right about now. He also done Courier Comedy Showcase, Deadly Funny Finals in 2018. Your current show Daywalker, of course, had to be cancelled. Also have a degree in history and ancient history.
I do.
And how do you get from that to comedy, mate?
Well, I think it has something to do with the fact that that degree has never come in handy, like literally 0 times in my life. So it didn't really set me up with a lot of options.
Yeah.
There's not really a department of history you can go and work at. So I don't know, man. I guess it just... I think I always wanted to be a teacher in some way. So standing in front of a crowd, just lecturing, kind of works for me.
All right.
You know, so...
Now, is that right? Your first introduction into comedy was actually your Year 12 speech?
Yeah, I did a roast of the teachers.
Roasted the teachers, eh?
So you had to do like a speech for an English assignment. And so I got like 10 out of 10 or whatever for that. So they were like, oh, you can do the end of year like address at the farewell. So I get up in front of the school and no one had like vetted the script or any shit like that. And so I just started laying into all the teachers, man. And it was like total silence from the parents and the teachers. But just, I was getting, man, it was like live at the Apollo. You know what I'm saying? All the kids and shit, they were cheering and shit, clapping.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Do you remember your first joke you told on stage?
Yeah. It was, I got on stage and said, like I was standing there, mic in hand, and I was like, my name's Bill Makin. My first time doing stand-up. I think I've always been held back a bit by the fact that I'm a larger man. I don't know if you can tell that, and then I just moved the microphone stand.
Yeah.
So, my first ever foray into humour.
I've seen that actually. So how long you been doing stand-up now?
About 49 years. Yeah.
Not
3
bad.
years, basically.
Not bad for a 34-year-old.
True, feels like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years, man. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting on 4 now.
Mate, who's your favourite comic?
Billy Connolly.
Oh, another Billy Connolly. That's 3 now. I should just start a scoreboard back here of Billy Connolly. Everybody's Billy Connolly so far.
Well, it's like, I don't know, man. No one ever seems to talk about him. Like, he doesn't... Everyone's always, Richard Pryor and George Carlin, and it's like... That's very American-centered.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I just didn't find... I mean, Pryor I found very genuine, but I don't know. I just don't find American comics that interesting.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I thought Billy was much better, and there were stories he used to tell felt like stories that could have happened in your life,
Yeah.
you know, in Australia, whereas Americans are just kind of a bit full of themselves most of the time.
Yeah, I think Americans also, they have quite a different style of comedy too, compared to us. And yeah, we, like, even you go back, like Paul Hogan and stuff, that storytelling, or Dave Allen's another great storyteller as well.
I love Dave Allen.
Oh, I love Dave Allen too. I just cannot think of a joke that you can say these days without offending somebody. But I love all the old stuff, like way old stuff. How do you feel about hecklers?
Oh man, I love it. Honestly, so I've always been really good at roasting and heckler put downs.
Yeah.
So even if the show tends to be going well, like if someone yells some shit out, I feel like good inside. Like I get a little rush, like, oh, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Like, so I don't know. I'm one of the few I like it personally.
So you're at work now. Thanks for your time too, by the way, because you're an essential worker.
Essential, bro.
Yeah,
well, this is my essential lunch break.
You're on essential lunch break right now from your essential work. I actually I thought of you were saying that it's like something out of the Twilight Zone and stuff. I thought of this morning. I thought of a way of making your grog last longer. What you do is
Yeah.
you freeze it solid. So each one you crack open, wait a couple of hours before you can drink it, and it'll be flat and turn you right off.
I think my dad used to have that system too.
Yeah.
Although his used to explode quite a bit. He'd forget him. Let him go off in the friggin' freezer.
Yeah. I just fall asleep. Forgot the idea. The Curry Comedy Showcase. That's with Kai Fay, Benny. What's Benny's surname?
Nah, it doesn't matter. He's not very good.
And who's the other fella?
It's Benny Egnolese.
Yeah.
He's in there, and then Jacob Keed.
Jacob Keed.
He rounds up four.
Yeah. Jacob that won our heat, the Canberra heat this year, eh?
He was,
Yeah.
Also, I found out, he's a singer-songwriter as well.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I saw his shit, man. He's smooth as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
he does, like, soul, like, romance love songs.
Yeah.
Like, the motherfucker's out here like Bill Withers and shit. And he's in our comedy troupe. What the fuck did that happen? Well, yeah. We're doing this thing as part of the show, man. We're trying to get this Aboriginal boy band parody off the ground, like Dreamed Mum Lovers. Shit, like just deck ourselves out in like the worst 70s fucking velour and shit.
Yeah.
And just do horrible romance songs.
Yeah, all white and just gold, like a gold sash. The gold, white and gold. That's the boy band thing.
Beautiful.
Some chains.
We've already got it sorted, man. Jacobs.
Yeah. Wow, what a comedy group. So you got a garbage truck driver, a public servant, a romance musician sort of dude. Great mixes of people.
Man, we've got everything.
So hopefully all that'll kick off again in a few months. Sooner better than later.
Well, we're doing, we're trying to do like we're trying to do the show we're going to do at the Canberra Comedy Festival just via Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
So that's happening on the 2nd of May.
Ah, awesome. I'll have to tune in for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man, you're welcome. You're one of the few, the proud. So, yeah, we're just doing that on Zoom, and I don't know how it's going to go yet. Like, I've seen people do it well. I've seen it not done well. So hopefully this shit'll come off. Yeah. And we're going to do like a great debate thing where should Aboriginal people still have to have proof of Aboriginal forms? Yeah, so we're gonna debate that.
Okay. That's an interesting debate, man. That's a really good question to throw up too. I've got a few opinions on that myself.
Mm.
What would be so far your career highlight?
Comedy?
Yeah. No, ancient history. What's your ancient history career highlight? Yeah, brother, comedy.
Ancient history career highlight. No, just good. I mean, probably the cadaver synod. So that's where, in the 13th century, one of the popes dug up the predecessor pope and put the corpse on trial in the Vatican, found it guilty, and then had the corpse executed.
Okay, yeah.
Comedy-wise, seriously, shit really happened. But comedy-wise, man, easily it's got to be Deadly Funny.
Deadly Funny.
When I was down there, the national final, there was like 1,000 people in the audience. Biggest audience by far I've ever been in front of. And got on telly, which was sick, and the set went well. So, yeah, man, that one, biggest highlight for me. Easily.
Yeah, well, for me, my comedy career and ancient history are both one and the same thing. Yeah, like, so, you're an essential worker and you're at work, you feel like you're missing out. Like, by the time summer comes along, all of us, we're going to know how to play music. We're all going to be buff and fit and healthy. So many laps.
Man.
I mean, yeah, I saw a meme today about, how many times is walking your dog too many times.
I don't know. I really feel like, I mean, look, I live in Queanbeyan, and
Yeah.
social distancing isn't really a thing out there. Like, there's just children playing, fucking dogs barking, people are jogging in groups. It's like utopia, and I'm the one motherfucker that still has to get up at 7 and drive into this place. Like, just so wonderful. I know, but everyone else is having the greatest fucking time. I mean, I know, it's rough. People are really hurting, but just everything around me feels idyllic. I
Yeah.
just feel like I'm stuck in the time. It's a weird feeling, man.
I've just forgotten the next question.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Oh, so when I was down in Canberra, my first experience with unisex toilets. So you guys have been living with this for a while. So what happened is, you go to the toilet and there's a sign on the door that says toilet. So you go in the toilet and then you realise this is a woman's toilet or a female's toilet or whatever. And then I come out and I said, man, I think I'm in the wrong toilet. And this dude says, no, yours is around the corner. And around the corner there's a sign on the door that says toilet with urinal. Because there's your equality. If you want equality, why don't they put urinals in what used to be the women's toilets?
Exactly. Well, what about all the women who are always women who were once identified as men? I mean, surely if they're getting their schlongs out, a urinal, the trough is better. It's easy access. It's just superior.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we've had that for ages, man. Because Canberra's like the sort of lefty capital of the universe. So everything down here, man, is unisex, all that.
Yeah. You got a homemade lake there.
Oh man, the best. But that's got nothing on Lake Ginninderra. Lake Ginninderra is the fucking crown jewel of the ACT, man. You can bring your own trolley, or there's already a couple in there.
Go trolley fishing. I forgot the most basic question, brother. Who's your mom?
Who's your mom?
Who's your mom?
Wiradjuri.
Oh, you're a Wiradjuri brother. Same.
Yeah. Nice. Family was out from Dubbo back in the day, and then moved down to Sydney.
Exactly the same. Shit. I don't think you could be part of our family. You got hair.
Oh, you should see my dad, man. It's not going to last.
What do you reckon the future's going to hold?
For me or for the world?
For you.
I think this lockdown's going to go. I think this situation is going to last until there's a vaccine. So probably about a year is we're going to be stuck in this shit. And I reckon in that time, I don't know, I think a lot of comedy will die.
Yeah.
Because a big part of it was going to the mics, sustaining the scene, and people who don't. I think doing comedy online is probably going to just be the province of the pros.
Yeah.
Who have the setup to make it happen, and I think it's going to be brutal, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The stand-up,
I'm not hopeful.
It's like near impossible to do because you feed off that laughter. Your timing depends on that laughter coming from the audience. If you're just...
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a couple of examples. Shawnee Chilbra's got an awesome example where he's doing stand-up in his lounge room, and his little baby is asleep there in the lounge. And that's what it's like doing stand-up without a crowd.
It's weird. I've never liked doing my own stuff, like to myself in the mirror. I don't like it. It doesn't sound good. It just, yeah. I think big comics will still, get things up. But yeah, man, I don't, and I have no idea what's going to happen with the Melbourne Festival. I mean, I think they're probably going to go bankrupt, man.
Yeah. Well, let's hope not.
Okay.
I hope they claim.
Look, I mean, I hope
they're claiming everything back on tax. All their losses, they claim back on tax.
Hopefully.
Tell us about your first show, the Mayonnaise Disputes and Monopoly Fights.
That was my first hour. So solo hour, did that at the Canberra Comedy Festival in 2018. So basically, it was a culmination of all the stuff I'd done over the first 2 years.
Yep.
And it was all built around the little fights that I had with my family. So, Monopoly can rip a family apart, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah.
And our family was no different. I think the main problem was that I was surrounded by my family who I love.
Yeah.
Right? But there is no level of dishonesty, theft, or just outright physical violence that they will not sink to in order to win at Monopoly.
That Monopoly.
I'm surrounded by cheats. I'm trying to uphold the rules, and they just don't care. So it was pretty much built on that fact. And the mayonnaise dispute stuff was basically just a list of the widest things that could happen.
Oh.
Like mayonnaise dispute, the Sydney to Hobart yacht race.
Yeah. So in the Monopoly, were you the banker? It sounds like you were the banker.
I was not the banker. The banker was usually my sister Kate, who in many ways is a very ethical person, just not at Monopoly. They became like Enron, like, just like Trump's accountant man. That's how these people operate. You can't trust them.
That's right. Monopoly is corrupting our children.
It is.
And your new show, Daywalker.
Yeah. Yeah, so that one was
also relevant right now.
I mean, a little bit. But because basically I'm the whitest person alive, and I'm also Aboriginal. So the concept was, you can understand the white world and the black world. So it's like the Daywalker kind of thing. And it was built, it was going to be built around 5 stories about 5 people in my family. And then it was all going to culminate in, I'm so kind of dirty, man, I couldn't do it. It was all going to culminate around me doing a thing about...
Don't ruin it, because there's always next year.
Yeah, true, but yeah, so it's... Yeah, man, it was cool. Like, there's going to be a flag lowered, all sorts of shit. And I was looking forward to it, man, but...
I had a laugh there. We were sitting around at the last Deadly Funny Heat, and afterwards we went for a beer, and there was me, Kai Fahey, there was the other fellow who was really good. There was actually 2 other fellas, and Jacob. And I noticed that, except for Jacob, we were the whitest bunch of black fellas you'd ever seen. You'd have to, like, you'd think, oh, who are these white guys sitting in the corner with their token black fella? And they're all token black. And that's another comment I wanted to talk about too. So what I'm trying to do, because we're in 90-day lockdown, I'm trying to interview 90 comics in 90 days. So I asked a friend of mine, an Indigenous fella, and he had a go at me saying, oh, am I your token black fella, am I? No, mate, I'm the token black fella here.
That's what they do, mate. Try to pull a brother down.
Yeah, well, that's it. I got angry for an hour, and then I thought about how dumb that statement was. I mean, I start these videos saying that it's filmed on Dungari country. I've got New Guinea flag. I've got the Indigenous flag over there. I can't put it on screen because it's the only flag in the world that's copyrighted. I've got the TI flag here. Man, I literally, if the only way I could make it any more Indigenous is to be physically blacker. That's all I can do.
You got to get that revitiligo, man.
Well, I can't even get out in the sun, bro. I can't even get out in the sun. Look at me. I'm the colour of sand. That's it. I look in the mirror and I see sand.
I just can't believe they copyrighted the Aboriginal flag.
Yeah.
And that's balls, rather than just like, you know the thing you rally around. Kathy Freeman had it on a fucking wear it when she won the gold. And they're like, no, we're going to sell it to an Indonesian clothing company called Wham.
Yeah, Wham.
You fucking believe that? Like, our flag is owned by the same company. It's like George Michael's band.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
And they still won't do nothing with it. I sort of expect them by now that, you know, I actually got kicked out of Big W because when you go in and you go up to the men's clothing section, the first thing you see is a whole bunch of T-shirts with the Australian flag on them. And I would make a habit of walking in and just picking the shirt up and turning it around on the coat hanger and put it so it's just the blank side. Where is the Indigenous section? Wham clothing. If you're gonna do it fucking properly. And do it for free, you pricks. Stop stopping people from wearing their own flags, you fucks. Alright, mate.
It's fucked up.
So I'm just gonna wrap it up now. Before I ask you what's your favourite joke, I just got to remind people, please hit the red subscribe button. I actually don't get paid unless I have 1,000 subscribers, and maybe if I can get paid, I can pass a little bit on to my guests. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment. Bill Makin, hopefully your show Daywalk will be back. Everybody, please stay safe. Share your blessings. Bill, what's your favourite joke ever? Whether you wrote it or someone else wrote it, what's your favourite joke that's always been in your head?
My favourite joke was actually written by a Canberra comedian called Luke Burney. He's a one-liner guy. And the setup is, I was driving by the brothel, I saw it was on fire, and so I said, "Where's the hose?" Terrible, I know. But I love it. I can't stop.
Alright. Thank you, mate. I'll see you soon. I'll talk to you soon.
No worries, bro. See ya.